Welcome to the High-Tech Investments News Report for Week 4. The news report covers some of the many investments projects High-Tech Investments is currently involved in so you can follow our progress. We hope you will enjoy this news feed and look forward to your comments and remarks.
Hi, Bo here, and welcome back to this week's news report, where once again it is time to have a look. This time around it is back at week 4, the last 7 days, what had actually happened on our platforms, on our trading and investment sites in here. Some of the more important ones is actually a new portfolio that we're going to share with you here today. We've been working behind the scenes with this particular EA here, and we are ready to show you some of the first results of this one. So make sure that you stay and watch the video all the way to the end, not to miss this particular one. Now we also have the bell trader. Now in recent weeks we have complained a bit that the profit was low on the bell trader. Definitely picked up this week. We thought at first that it wasn't doing the trades as it should be, so we contacted EA Factory, which is supporting expert Forex EAs. We went through it, everything looks okay, simply also part of the market and the way the EA is set up. And this particular week here, it actually confirmed it by cashing in quite a big substantial amount, definitely compared to what we have seen recently. So also make sure that you watch this particular video all the way to the end in order to see all the results in here. Now we're also going to go through Alex and Expert Forex, because at the moment you can still get some discounts on some of his EAs. Especially even some of the older ones that are now being taken out, being dusted off again here and then relaunched. So basically just trading slightly different than what we have seen in the past. Last but not least, we're also going to have a look at our PAMM accounts. The good part in here is actually most of the PAMM accounts is coming down in drawdown. That happened at the end of last week. And then obviously, hopefully that trend will continue over the next couple of weeks here, so we don't have any more blown accounts. We're going to go through all of it here also today. But first, we're going to jump straight over into Yieldnodes. So if you were expecting me here to tell you that everything is good with Yieldnodes, we're moving forward with everything now, all the plans, well, you are dead wrong. Pretty much nothing happens apart from a post or two from mostly Steve in here saying they are still working on it and we have to be patient, but then again, I believe most of people's patience has run out. In the meantime, while we are waiting again for an update here in 2025, we go to the order coin reserves, because last week I mentioned a bit that nothing was actually happening, nothing had changed. This particular week it is different. We can see again that, for example, on the PNY we had 250 last week in here. Now masternodes running 253. Also change on the SAP. And also with more, and the same is actually going down for all the other ones. So maybe they were simply just away or on a small leave vacation. But the good part is that things are at least moving on this particular side here. But again, it doesn't really matter. So unless you have some real value behind the scenes. And this is the SAP coin again. This is where we left it last week, and pretty much nothing has happened ever since. Just a flat line overall. If we go also to the SAP staking that we have in our wallet, still nothing has happened since the 12th of December 2024 in here. Nothing at all. We have done a reset. We have tried to recover some of the details and items. So in the wallet, everything seems to be running as it should be. There's no defects or anything else in here. So clearly something else is actually up. But unfortunately, that is the case here at the moment. There's nothing we can do about it until basically the PNY that we have here seems to be on a rocket trail at the moment. You'll see how many entries we actually have here. They are not all on the screen. We actually managed 1,729 PNY, which is an astonishing 5.7% just for this particular week here. And if you have a quick look, in also the wallet itself, just for the month of January, we now have 4,921. And if you go to the total we have up here, so we've now gone past 30,422, which is obviously very, very nice and a huge improvement just in this particular month in here. But the value is the same as the SAP coin here at the moment. Nothing is moving, nothing is going up. So right now it's pretty theoretic what is actually going to happen. Theoretic is not on the Bitcoin. So last week here we mentioned it came through the glass ceiling again here of 100,000, came all the way up to 108, 109. Since then, it has been bobbing around here, and then just as we were doing this particular video here, looked like Bitcoin was in a bit of a drop again, well below the 100,000 mark, as you can see in here. So obviously the market is still very unsure, unsafe of which way actually Bitcoin's going to go in the future. Now we're pretty sure where the Trade Explorer is going to go, because this is one of the well and truly cashing in EAs here over long periods of time, more than 600 days now. So for week 4, the 10 pair one actually did $384 or 3.8%. A good average week basically, which also leaves us around 12-13% a month for this Trade Explorer, which is quite high overall. And if we have a closer look at it, you can see all the little notches we have. We had a recent one also here. This is where it goes into a drawdown, and when it comes out of the drawdown, it cashes in big time. So it is a bit of a scary one when it does that, because it goes quite quickly normally on this particular EA. At the moment, you can see the floating profit and loss is actually quite low. So the EA has basically come back down. We can see the monthly returns, even though we are not increasing lot size, is still good, 7.6 overall. It should be closer to 10 or 12. Weekly returns, 1.8. Also again here, because of the lot size not changing, more probably around 2.2, 2.5 or even higher. But look at the trade wins overall here. Very good one, 75.3%. And basically trades per day is 12, so it's actually not that active compared to some of the other EAs we have, but a massive history now of 620 days. And you can see the balance started over 10,000. It's now more than 51,000. So definitely is a very good EA overall. If we have a look at the money that was made, 387, as we can see in here, which is down from last week's 542, but pretty much in line with prior weeks. And this was all very, very slow. This is where the drawdown came in, and then massive cash in of 5,190, which is the highest one in this particular EA's story. So still going strong. Wave Liberator is also going strong. They don't have the best results at the moment here, so we still have to see a bit more volatility in the market going both ways, which we haven't really seen. But the Euro Swiss francs came in at $41, 4.1%, with the Euro CAD at $40 or 4%. Great British Pounds CAD, $35 or 3.5%, with Great British Pounds Swiss francs at $29, 2.9%, and then Aussie Japanese, $25 with 2.5%. Overall, the top 5 EAs in here made $170 or 3.4% if you traded these signals in here on a $1,000 account. Again, very good stable results. We've seen even better. But overall, you can see the portfolio and the smooth curve that we have in here. This was actually an IG account issue. Nothing happened with the account otherwise. It's been going okay. It's flattened out slightly in here. But overall balance has started off back then here also with 22 $10,000 accounts. And you can see the equity is quite high since then. It started off with 220, equity is 243. Floating profit and loss is also down from last week. I think it was at 25,000. So a huge drop in drawdown. Hopefully when this drawdown comes out of it, all the new settings that we have put in for some of the US dollars in particular should hopefully be under control in the future. Monthly returns is 1.2 on this $10,000 account. If you use $1,000, which you can do, it's still 12%. So it's been very stable since the beginning. Weekly returns 0.3 on a 10,000 or 3% on 1,000. Trade wins are good with 67%. So that is good and stable. Trades per day, just a bit more than the Trade Explorer, about 14, but also have a massive history of 524 days here now. So going well, and you can find more details on the website for high-tech investment in here. You can see that pretty much all the copy links for the Wave Liberator is on the copy link service now. We are only missing the CAD Swiss francs, which hopefully will get Expert Forex to approve here very, very shortly. If we have a look at the numbers, you'll see that they are a bit down. even though it may be difficult to see on the graph. 352, 341 was last week, and then the week before 500. So we are in a bit of a limbo, because if you go back to September and October, we were doing 800 and 700s, and in November we were doing 500s. So the market is still a bit on the low side, but also because some of the items are in drawdown, then obviously it doesn't cash in the same way. RSI Liberator, that one is also running very similar to the Wave Liberator in here, with Aussie USD at $39, 3.9%. Swiss francs Japanese at $33 or 3.3% for the week. EuroCAD $30, 3%. Great British Pound, Swiss francs $28, 2.8%. And then Aussie CAD $23, 2.3%. And overall for those top 5, $152 was made, or 3% for a week. So overall that would be more than 12%. So still very good, very happy results on this. And also if we go and have a look at the graph itself, you can see things are running quite well. Also here we have floating profit and loss, that is also down. This was again mostly caused by the US dollar in here. So this was also in the 20s, came down last week, and now it's running pretty smoothly. Overall close profits, as you can see, about 21,000. And again, total returns, monthly returns, this one here is 1.0, means 10% overall for the entire portfolio on $1,000 accounts. Weekly return is 0.2 or 2% again on $1,000 accounts. Trade wins is a bit lower, 65.8, but still very good. Trades per day a bit more, 19, almost 20. And then a history now of 293 days, coming up a few months away from 1 year also trading this particular one. Again, you can find a lot more details and information on our website, and you'll see that some of the RSI is actually now on, similar like the Aussie Swiss francs, the Aussie USD. All these are on the copy-link service. We've marked them up for you. More, of course, will come on board. So we normally get about 4 or 5 in every single month with Alex and Expert Forex. So let's hope that continues. In the meantime, let's go and have a look at the numbers. You can see this one is low, 270 compared to 332, 384 and 300 from the weeks before. I have to go back to the week around Christmas to find lower results in here. So we're definitely hoping the Forex market is going to wake up to life again. Now in here you can find all the details I've said on our website, both for the Wave Liberator and the RSI Liberator, which leads us over to the PAMM account to see how that went for this particular week here. As we mentioned, the drawdown is actually out on this particular EA at the moment. That's good. But also here we didn't make much money. We're doing a lot of hedging still, but 392 only. But the good part here was that also we actually saw some minor deposit, no withdrawal. So thank you very much for that. That makes my life a lot easier overall. And once we get out of this drawdown, definitely we can start making some real money again. Now we are also having a look at all the PAMM accounts in here. So clearly again, we are standing for most of it in here. You can see a lot of the PAMM accounts seems to have lost money overall. We've been fighting ours, so with tooth and nail. And if we go to this particular one that is now back and updated again with Expert Forex, we can see the current balance is 292. We have 263 of that, and then the gains, because a lot of losses obviously was done on the PAMM account, it says minus 26,000. We have made about 95 in here, and that is 36% gain overall. You can see the drawdown is down from previously, but obviously not at the level that we really want it to be. And again, in here we can see the money managers equity here has got 5.2%, so a cap of 15,000 at the moment. High tech's got about 90%, so looking good here still. And then Algo Trader 4.6. Again, the accounts are very, very small now, and you can see the net profits from the other ones, the equity and Algo Trader, obviously reflects that things have gone clearly wrong. Clearly wrong is not what you can tell the lucky trader in here for week 4. It's still cashing in quite nicely. EuroCAD did $45 or 4.5% in the past week. together with Euro Swiss francs at $42, 4.2%, and then US CAD, $39, 3.9%. Great British Pounds USD, $37 or 3.7%, and then Great British Pounds CAD, $31, 3.1%, with $193 made or 3.9%. Again here, just for the week. That is extremely good results. We like the Lucky Trader here now. The way we set it up, it works really well. Floating profit and loss on the Lucky Trader has actually gone up versus the other ones that has gone down, but still very much under control, very limited overall in here, so good to see. Monthly returns also here, 1.2 on $10,000 accounts as we are trading it on, or 12% if you switch over to $1,000. Weekly returns 0.3 or 3% for $1,000 accounts, and a trade win with a massive 70%. So that is very, very nice. That's what we like about it too. And then trades per day, you can see it's very active, 25 trades per day on average, and the history we have now is 85 days, so it looks to be stable, signals that you can now start to trust. And we actually have them on our website in here. You'll see that some of them have come on, for example, like the Aussie New Zealand. We have also the Euro CAD, we have the Euro Swiss francs in here, the CAD Swiss francs. So these are the first ones of the Lucky Trader. You can now also go on the copy link service and then copy those signals in here on $1,000 accounts. You basically use the factor 1 to 1. And then in here, you will see the entire history. So for this portfolio, this was also down this week, 264 versus 266 before, but very far away from what we had here previously. We had some $400 or $500 weeks in here. We hope we get back to that soon. All depends, of course, on the market. Now, the market has been very nice to the bell trader. As I mentioned in the beginning of this particular video here, the profits were low, but have a look at this particular week. As we got the retracement in, the bell trader simply just cashed in quite nicely. Great British Pounds CAD, $117 or 11.7% just for 1 week. That's what you normally get in an entire month. US CAD made $90 or 9%. Euro CAD, $60, 6%. Euro USD also $60 and 6%. And then Aussie USD, $49, 4.9%. So overall, this is the jumper for the portfolio this particular week with $377 or 7.5%. That is definitely approved in our book. I'm very happy to see some good profits coming in from the bell trader here now. And if you have a look at the portfolio itself in here, we have 16 accounts, 10,000 each. You'll see that they have a very low floating profit and loss of only 1,200. Closed profit is actually higher, so you're not dragging anything with you here on the bell trader at the moment. But a very good development. Was a bit flat here at one point where it was making less than $100 in 1 week, and now it seems to be taking off. We adjust it every single week slightly, so to make sure that it actually runs. Monthly returns has jumped up from 0.5 to 0.6% here now. Obviously, it takes time. Weekly returns is 0.1 at the moment here, but as you can see, already casting quite nicely, more than 1,500 in closed profits. Trade wins are also extremely high here, 76.8%. Trades per day, however, is very low, 6.6. And now we have a history of 56 days, so almost 2 months in here. So starting to look like a bit of a consistency. And consistency you can find also together with the FX Blue links on our website. All these ones here are available. None of them are on the copy link service yet, but we will definitely also put some of those forward. So as soon as we believe they are ready for it. So exactly what was the overall money made? $413 was the entire portfolio made up. As you can see, that's a lot better than 111 last week, 62 the week before, and pretty much it's the best results since we started trading with the bell trader. So that is very good news. Hopefully it will continue in the weeks and months to come. Now, we mentioned here earlier that we had a new portfolio that we are launching. We have set up behind the scenes here. So, and we wanted to show you the first parts. Now, this particular EA, you might actually know this one already, and you might say, why are you only launching this now? Well, as you know, The market has been very volatile. We have to focus on the EAs that we actually already know, and then we'll take on the other ones. And when we got the Wave Liberator, the RSI Liberator, and all the other ones coming out, one of the ones that we had in here was also the hedged EA. So this is the portfolio we've now set up. Last week we set up the first 8 in here. You can see the balance of 80,000. So all of them have been set up on $10,000 accounts. Floating profit and loss is actually still quite low. But again, this is early days. Closed profit is a bit higher also here, 201. So again, 8 accounts. We have now added another 8. So 16 accounts in here. So you'll see that from next week. Monthly returns already now is looking good, similar to what you have seen on the RSI, the Wave Liberators, monthly returns of 1.2 or 12% on $1,000 accounts. Weekly returns also here, 0.3 or 3% on $1,000 accounts. Look at the trade wins in here, 71.9, almost 72%. So looking very, very good. A lot of pips taken already. Trades per day, almost 11 a day here, with a history of only 7 days, or basically 5 trading days, just a week. So if we break this down for you again on a daily basis, 39, 81, 17, 11, and Friday cashed in 50. So far net profit just for this particular week in here, so is 201. Definitely not bad at all. Now we also have to go with Alex and Expert Forex. And one of the videos that Alex made was this particular one this week, the best free candlestick indicator. Now I know there's a lot of people out there, there's a lot of YouTube videos that covers this. If you have this candle or this, it means up and down. And basically this particular indicator, which is a free download, so you can actually get everything automated and find exactly out what kind of candles they are. So hopefully that will help you in your trading. I'll make sure that I have the link for the video here. So in the video description below as usual. Alex also mentioned here there's a 3-day sale with 80% off. So again, these are some of the EAs here now that we're going to use in the future of 2025. So to make a couple of million, hopefully, with a lot less to start off with, but we'll have to see how that goes. It's still very, very early days for this particular testing, but if you are interested in it, definitely this is the video to watch. And then there's more to this, of course, again, from 5,000 to 2 million. And you can see the robot that actually made that possible. And there's also a free video course in here, so plenty of free material that Alex is sending out here at the moment. So we definitely recommend having a closer look at some of this. Some of them are, as I mentioned here, from some of the robots that have been released a couple of years ago, but it doesn't mean that they're not making money. Now, I promised you also that the copy link service, we try to give you a reasonable insight of what is actually happening. And one of the things that we doing, especially last week, we told you to be a bit more cautious and careful. We are putting the Excel together that is on site with Expert Forex. We put them up. We go in with the floating profit of loss, so saying, okay, we sort everything out, which is above minus 400. Same with the negative weeks in 8 weeks. We don't want to have any more than 400 in here because most of our accounts is 1,000. Return on drawdown has to be more than 200. So we basically filter out everything that we need. And then the gains in the last 8 weeks, high to low, we put them in here and you can see the results at the end of the day. And what you'll see is all the ones in the red markings is actually the high-tech investment copy link service in here. And then you can click on the individual blue ones. So again, I have to advise you here that some of the times these particular numbers might be a bit off compared to what you see on the FX Blue. So be cautious, be careful, go have a look at it, see if there's something that the Excel doesn't carry or have in it, but it's still a very, very good guidance overall to what is actually happening. So at the end of the day, you can see that a lot of our signals are extremely strong with very, very low drawdowns, most of them all the way through. Now we also did a full search, and within that search pattern that you saw here just before, we had about 25 accounts actually coming out, and these are all the accounts in here. So basically the top ones is the ones that you want to have a closer look at. We have highlighted our links in here again, so you can see them, you can find them. So because they are extremely low drawdown, you'll see that also on the rolling profit or loss for most of them. They are very much under control. At the same time, they are cashing in some nice gains. Even the red ones in here, gains in the last 8 weeks, saying somewhere around 9 and 13%. And then it goes all the way up to 15 and even higher. Don't forget, this is not the balance, this is the equity. So sometimes there has been a slight drawdown and then it cashes in, then the percentage here will also be higher. But definitely this is a very good guide where you can start selecting and figuring out which ones you should actually be taking a closer look at. And then it's basically up to you from there. So this is what we have for you in this week's news report. As you can see, all our EAs is actually making profits. They are making money every single week, which is great. We have found the secret sauce in here, as long as we don't push the EA too far. But as long as we get about 5 or 8%, that is definitely well enough for us, and not blowing any accounts here recently, which is obviously quite good. But we also want to have a closer look at some of the old EAs that Alex is dusting off here at the moment and trying to get to $1 million here just with about 300 to start off with. Yeah, this can actually be done, at least on the backtesting side so far. On multiple of the old EAs that he has that we also have bought, we are playing around with them also in the background because we know some things are going to be launched here later on in 2025. And obviously want to be right on top of this from the beginning. But I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you can see that there is actually ways of still making money within these particular EAs. And if this is too much for you, then you have already seen what we've shown you also on the copy link service. Just make sure that when you go through the Excel, you don't take this alone. You simply go in, click the individual links in here and then go through it. It is basically up to you and your risk strategies in here, what you want to risk, which ones you want to copy, and maybe which ones you want to wait on. We also suggest again here that once you're happy with some of the signals, copy them into a demo account for a couple of weeks. And then when you see the results that you expect, then obviously you can start on your live accounts after that. So don't be in a hurry to lose all your money just in one day. There is plenty of things to be had out there, but just have some patience, be smart about it, and hopefully I'll see you again next week. Bye-bye.
I hope you enjoyed our news report. So please don't forget to like and add your comment below, as we would love to get your feedback. But before you go, make sure you subscribe to the channel and don't forget to keep the notification bell turned on. That way you will never miss any of our future videos. We hope to see you back on this channel very soon.